So, good morning, all of you. Myself, Dr. Fayyaz Sheikh, role number 12, working as an assistant professor in physics, Government Institute of Forensic Science, Aurangabad. Today, I am going to present a seminar on basic crystallography or crystal physics for refresher course in emerging issues in ICT, organized by HRDC, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Aurangabad. So, introduction to crystal physics. Now, before going to crystal physics, what is physics? Physics is a study of matter and energy and their interactions. Now, when the question comes, what is matter? Matter is anything which occupies the space, which has mass and volume. So, matter in the universe can be classified in three broad classes. Normally, first stage of the matter, it is called as a gaseous form, where the matter does not have specific size and shape. Second form of the matter, it is called as a liquid form, where the matter has a size but do not possess the shape. Third form of the matter, it is called as a solid form, where the matter has a particular size and shape. Now, when solids they are classified into broad classes. One is called as a crystalline solids, other is called as a non-crystalline or amorphous solid. It is based on the arrangement of the atoms in the solid. Now, crystalline solids and amorphous solids can be distinguished based on the following properties. First property, the shape. Crystalline solid possess the definite characteristic geometrical shape, whereas amorphous solids do not possess the characteristic geometrical shape. They are having the irregular shape. Melting point. Crystalline solid melt at the sharp and characteristic temperature, whereas amorphous solids do not possess the sharp and characteristic temperature. They gradually soften over the range of temperatures. Cleavage property. When cut with a sharp edge tool, crystalline solid split into two pieces and the newly generated surfaces are plain and smooth. So they show the cleavage property. On the other hand, when cut with a sharp tool, the amorphous solid cut into two pieces with irregular surfaces. They do not possess the cleavage property. Heat of fusion. Crystalline solids have definite and characteristic heat of fusion, whereas amorphous solids do not have definite heat of fusion. Anisotropy. Crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. It means that crystalline solid possess the different physical properties in different directions, whereas amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. They possess same property irrespective of the direction in which they are measured. Next, nature. Crystalline solids are true solids, whereas the amorphous solids are pseudo-solids or supercooled liquids. Order in the arrangement of crystal particles. Crystalline solid possess long range of order. On the other hand, amorphous solids are having only short range of order. Examples: diamond, graphite, copper are the examples of crystalline solids, whereas rubber, plastic, polymers are the examples of amorphous solids. Now, when come to the crystalline solids they are broadly classified into broad classes. Single crystalline solid, where is the arrangement of the atom is periodic, systematic over the large range of the space. And second is the polycrystalline solid, where in the solid there are small regions where periodicity is there, but if you cross that small volume, the periodicity changes. So periodicity is there, but that is limited to the small volumes called as the crystallites. So these types of crystalline solids they are polycrystalline solids. So in the nature there are maximum of polycrystalline solids. All the metals they are polycrystalline in form. Now, crystalline solids are again further classified into atomic solids, molecular solids, ionic solids, covalent solids, and metallic solids based on their constituent particles. Now, fundamental crystallographic terms. Now, what is space lattice? Space lattice is defined as the arrangement of the points in the space so as to have the identical environment about each point. It means that the surrounding of each point in the space lattice is identical in the form of the lattice points and the directions and the distances between the lattice points. Now comes to the basis. Basis is formed by associating with every lattice point a unit of assembly of atoms or molecules identical in composition. This unit assembly is called as a basis. Now, crystal structure. So space lattice plus basis, it is called as a crystal structure. That is a three-dimensional collection of the points in the space. The environment about any particular point is in everywhere the same space lattice. The regular pattern of the point which describes the three-dimensional arrangement of the particles in the crystal structure is called as a crystal lattice or space lattice. And when the basis is placed at the respective lattice points, then the resultant structure, it is called as a crystal structure. Now the figure shows you the crystal structure. Space lattice plus basis is called as a crystal structure. The first figure is the space lattice where there is arrangement of the point in the space, and second picture, it is the arrangement of the basis in the two-dimensional space. It is called as a crystal. So the basis must have the identical composition and they must be placed at the respective crystal points in the space lattice. Then the resultant structure, it is called as a crystal structure. Now each crystal is made up of smallest volume which represent all the properties of the entire solid, that is called as a unit cell. So unit cell is defined as the smallest geometrical figure or pattern, the repetition of which gives the actual crystal structure. This is also defined as fundamental elementary pattern of minimum atoms or molecules or the group of molecules which represents total characteristic of the material or the crystal. So this is the figure or the picture of the bunch of the unit cells. In that a particular typical isolated unit cell has been shown. Each unit cell is characterized by few important parameters. These are called as a lattice parameter. Out of which three are the length of the edges of the unit cell called as the lattice constants, and three are the angles enclosed by the edges of the unit cell called as the interaxial angle. So combinedly, three lattice constants and three interaxial angles are called as the lattice parameters. So lattice constant and lattice parameters defines the size and shape of the unit cell. So properties of unit cell. Each unit cell is having a specific volume. It is characterized by the atomic radius of the constituent atoms, nearest neighbor distance, coordination number, effective number of atoms per unit cell, atomic packing fraction, white space, and density. Now lattice parameter or the unit cell parameters. The figure shows the lattice parameters for the typical unit cell. Now there are two types of unit cells in nature. One unit cell is called as a primitive unit cell where there is a single lattice point per cell and it has the smallest volume. Second type of unit cell, it is called as a conventional unit cell or non-primitive unit cell where there are more than one lattice points for the atom per unit cell, integral multiples of the primitive volume. For example, body-centered cubic structure, face-centered unit cell, and base-centered unit cell are few of the examples of conventional unit cells. Now comes to the crystal systems. So based on the size and shape of the unit cell, that is the condition between the lattice parameters, the crystalline material, they have been classed into 7 different classes known as cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, triclinic, trigonal, and hexagonal. Among which cubic is the simplest form of the crystalline material, whereas the triclinic is the complex one. So the table shows the system, Bravis lattices, initial characteristics, characteristic symmetry elements, and examples of the different crystal systems in the 7 crystal system. Now comes to the Bravis lattice. There are 14 different ways of arranging the points in the space so as to have the identical surrounding. This is proved by the Bravis, and these arrangements, 14 types of arrangement, they are called as a 14 Bravis lattices. And these 14 Bravis lattices, when arranged in the 7 crystal systems, they are shown in the figure. The cubic Bravis lattice consists of 3 Bravis lattices: simple Bravis lattice, body-centered cubic Bravis lattice, face-centered cubic Bravis lattice. Tetragonal crystal system possesses two types of Bravis lattices: simple Bravis lattice and body-centered tetragonal Bravis lattice. Orthorhombic crystal system consists of 4 types of Bravis lattices: simple orthorhombic Bravis lattice, body-centered orthorhombic Bravis lattice, face-centered orthorhombic Bravis lattice, and base-centered orthorhombic Bravis lattice. Hexagonal unit cell, trigonal unit cell, and triclinic unit cell, they possess only simple Bravis lattices, whereas monoclinic crystal system consists of 2 Bravis lattices, that is simple monoclinic Bravis lattice and base-centered monoclinic Bravis lattice, and tetragonal unit cell has 2 Bravis lattices, simple tetragonal Bravis lattice and body-centered tetragonal Bravis lattice. So in all there are 14 Bravis lattices in the 7 crystal system. So figure shows the 3 basic Bravis lattices in the cubic crystal system. These Bravais lattices are simple cubic Bravais lattice, face-centered cubic Bravais lattice, and body-centered cubic Bravais lattice. Second row shows the way of the stacking of the atoms in the three Bravais lattices, and third are the contribution of the atoms in three unit cells in the three types of Bravais lattices. So here we are going to study the unit cell properties of cubic crystal system. So the characteristic of the simple cubic unit cell. The first property of the simple cubic unit cell is volume of the unit cell. The volume of the unit cell of the simple cubic unit cell, as it is cubic one, so it is A cube. As A is equals to B is equal to C, alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90. So the volume of the simple cubic unit cell is A cube. Atomic radius. Atomic radius is defined as half of the distance between any two nearest neighboring atom which have direct contact with each other in the crystal of pure element. It is usually expressed in terms of cube age A, that is called as a lattice parameter. So figure shows you the atoms arranged in the base of the simple cubic Bravais lattice. We can see here the atoms, they are touching each other along the edge of the cube. So the distance between the centers of the two atoms touching each other along the body of the edge of the unit cell, it is A, that is edge of the unit cell, that is equals to R plus R, which is equals to twice R. So R is equals to A by 2 is the formula for atomic radius, that is the relationship between the size of the atom and size of the unit cell. Now the next property of the unit cell is the effective number of atom per unit cell. You can see here the contribution of the atom to the unit cell, it depends on the position at which the atom has been placed. So if there is a corner atom and the unit cell, then contribution made by that atom to that unit cell is 1/8. If the atom is present in the body of the unit cell, then contribution made by the atom to the unit cell is 1, because it is not shared by the other unit cell. It is belong to the particular unit cell only. If the face-centered atom they are present in the unit cell, then each atom is shared by the two unit cells. So the contribution made by the face-centered atom to a specific unit cell is half. If the atom is present at the center of the edge of the unit cell, then the center edge atom, it is shared by the four unit cell. So the contribution made by the A-centered atom to a typical unit cell is 1/4. So by using this contribution, we can actually find the effective number of atom per unit cell. For example, simple cubic unit cell has only one kind of atom, that is a corner atom. So the corner atom contributes 1/8 of its mass and volume to a typical unit cell. And as there are 8 number of corner atoms in the simple cubic unit structure, so 1/8 contribution of one atom into one such 8 such a type of atoms. So total contribution of the atoms in the simple cubic unit cell, it is 1. So it is a primitive unit cell. Now coordination number. The coordination number of the atom in the crystal is the number of atoms directly surrounding with the atom. If the coordination number is high, then structure will be more closely packed. It signifies the tightness of the packing of the atoms in the crystal. Now, in other words, the coordination number is defined as total number of nearest and equidistant neighbor. Now, this is the picture of a bunch of 8 unit cells of simple cubic structure. So, if you consider the corner atom star 1 purple atom, then the 6 atoms, they are nearest and equidistant to this starred atom in the simple cubic structure. That is at 4 atoms in the plane, horizontal plane, and 1 atom above the plane and 1 atom down the plane. So the coordination number of simple cubic Bravais lattice is 6. Atomic packing factor. The packing density is the ratio between the total volume occupied by the atoms or the molecules in the unit cell and the volume of the unit cell. So for simple cubic structure, there is only one effective atom present in the unit cell. So volume of the effective number of atom, it is 4/3 pi r cube divided by volume of the unit cell, that is a cube. So if you put the relation of atomic radius and age of the unit cell, that is r is equal to a by 2 in this formula, then atomic packing factor becomes 1 into 4 by 3 pi a by 2 cube upon a cube. After simplification, you will get atomic packing factor is equal to pi by 6, which is equal to 0.52. That is 52% of the space of the unit cell, it is occupied by the atom. The remaining 48% is a void or interstitial or the empty space. Now comes to the body centered cubic Bravais lattice, that is the BCC Bravais lattice. Figure shows you the stacking of the atoms in the BCC structure, the diagram of the location of the atoms in the BCC structure, and the contributions of the atom in the BCC unit cell. Now the first property of the body centered cubic structure, like the simple cubic unit cell, the volume of the unit cell is a cube. Then atomic radius, to find the relation for the atomic radius, we have to consider the diagram like this. So in this diagram, The internal structure of the BCC unit cell has been shown. The BCC unit cell is having the body-centered atom. So if you draw the body diagonal, the atom they are touching each other along the body diagonal. So we consider that we express the length of the body diagonal in terms of the atomic radii. So R is the radius of the atom positioned at the corner A. 2R is the radius of the diameter of the body-centered atom, and R is the radius of the diagonally opposite corner atom positioned at H. So the length of the body diagonal is 4R. Now in this figure you are getting two right angle triangles, the vertical right angle triangle ADH and the horizontal right angle triangle ABD. So from the horizontal right angle triangle we can write AD square, that is hypotenuse square, is equal to AB square plus BD square by using the Pythagoras theorem, and AB and BD are the edges of the unit cell. We substitute the value of the edge, that is A, and you will get AD square is equal to twice A square. Then the vertical triangle ADH right angle at point D. So the Pythagoras theorem, A square is equal to AD square plus DH square. Just now we have found the value of AD square, it is twice A square. So we substitute the value of AD and DH in this formula, and we'll get AH square is equal to 3A square, where AH is the body diagonal, so length of the body diagonal is 4R. So 16R square is equal to 3A square. So R is equal to root 3 by 4 times A. So this is the relation for the atomic radius in terms of the age of the unit cell. So the atoms those are having the relationship between the atomic radius and age of the unit cell in this relation, then that atom will solidify or crystallize in the body centered cubic structure. Then the next property of the unit cell is the nearest neighbor distance. Nearest neighbor distance is just twice the atomic radius. So if you multiply this atomic radius by 2, then that will give you the nearest neighbor distance, that is root 3 by 2a. Next property of the unit cell is effective number of atom per unit cell. In the BCC unit cell, there are two kinds of atom, corner atom and the body centered atom. The contribution made by the corner atom is 1/8, and there are 8 such a kind of atoms. So total contribution of the corner atom to this unit cell is 1. And similarly, there is a body centered atom which is not shared by this unit cell to the other unit cell. So it belongs to this unit cell itself. So the total contribution of the body centered atom to this unit cell is 1. So total there are 1 plus 1, 2 atoms. So effective number of atoms in the body center cubic structure is 2. So it is a non-primitive unit cell. Next property of the body centered unit structure is the coordination number. So in the body center cubic structure, if you look at the body centered atom, the body centered atom is nearest and equidistant to 8 corner atom. So the coordination number of the body centered atom is 8. Similarly, if you consider the corner atom in the body centered cubic structure, so each corner atom it is nearest and equidistant to the 8 body centered atoms in the 8 unit cell. So the coordination number of the corner atom in the BC structure is 8. So overall the coordination number of the BCC structure is 8. Now the atomic packing factor. To find the atomic packing factor of the BCC structure, we have to find the relationship between the atomic radius and the age of the unit cell. That is we have found in the atomic radius. So the atomic packing factor is equals to the ratio of the volume of the effective number of atoms in the unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. So if you put the values here, 2 is the effective number of atoms in the unit cell, and 4/3 pi r cube is the volume of the atom in the unit cell of radius r. And if you substitute the value of atomic radius in terms of the cube age, then the formula will be twice 4/3 pi root 3 times a by 4 cube divided by a cube. If you simplify this relation, you will get atomic packing factor, it is equal to 0.68, that is 68%. Therefore, we can say that 68% volume of the unit cell of the BCC is occupied by the atom, and remaining 32% is the vacant space. Since the packing density is greater than the simple cubic lattice, it has tightly structured packed structure as compared to the simple cubic structure. Next, Bryce lattice in the cubic crystal system is the face-centered cubic Bryce lattice or face-centered cubic structure. The face-centered cubic cell consists of 8 corner atoms and 6 face-centered atoms. The arrangement of the atoms in the face-centered cubic unit cell is as shown in the figure. You see here there is a ABC stacking here. The atoms in the first layer they are arranged in this fashion. Then the atoms in the second layer they are placed in the depression form by the first layer atoms, and the atoms in the third layer they are placed just above the centers of the first layer atom. So this stacking it is called as ABC stacking. Here the second diagram shows you the fraction of the atoms in the FCC structure. So the first property of the FCC unit cell is the volume of the unit cell, that is again a cube because it is a cubic structure. Second unit cell property is the atomic radius, that is the distance between the two atoms, half the distance between the two atoms those are touching. So we have to find this by using this diagram. So here we have the diagram of the simple face centered cubic Bravais lattice. You can see the face of the FCC Bravais lattice. Here there are four corner atoms. They are not touching each other along the edge of the unit cell. There is one extra face centered atom here, and you can see the corner atom, face centered atom, and diagonally opposite corner atom. They are touching along the face diagonal. So we consider these. We can find the distance between the corner atoms, that is about phase diagonal as r plus 2r plus r is equal to 4r. Now we are getting the right angle triangle ABC, which is right angle at point B. Then by using the Pythagoras theorem for this triangle, we are getting AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. If you put the values of AB and BC, that is equal to cube base A square plus A square, and AC is the phase diagonal, that is 4r. Then we'll get 16r square is equal to 2a square. After simplifying this, we'll get the relation for the atomic radius in the FCC structure in terms of the cube edge, that is a root 2 by 4. Now the next property is the nearest neighbor distance. It is just twice the atomic radius. So if you multiply the atomic radius by 2, you will get the relation nearest neighbor distance is equal to a into root 2 by 2. Now the next property of the unit cell FCC is the effective number of atoms per unit cell. In the FCC cell consists of 8 corner atoms, and each corner is shared by the 8 unit cells. So contribution is 1/8, and there is one face centered atom. Contribution of the face centered atom is half. So the total contribution of the face centered atom and the corner atom to the particular unit cell is 1 plus 3, that is 4. So effectively there are 4 number of atoms in the FCC structure. Coordination number, you see here the diagram for the coordination number. Here we consider the atom at the center of the bench of the 8 unit cell. So for this you see that 4 atoms along the xy plane, they are nearest and equidistant to the corner atom. Similarly in the yz plane there are 4 atoms, those are nearest and equidistant to the corner atom. Similar in the plane xz plane there are 4 more atoms. So totally there are 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 is the coordination number of the face centered cubic structure. Now atomic packing factor, you put the value of the atomic radius found in the previous slide in the formula of the atomic packing factor. So you will get 4 into 4 third into pi root 2 times a by 4 cube divided by a cube, and simplify this, you will get the relation for the packing factor of the FCC structure, that is 0.74. So 74% of the volume of the FCC unit cell, it is occupied by the atoms, and remaining 26% of the volume is vacant. So thus packing density of the FCC structure is 74%. So in conclusion, we can say that the FCC Bravais lattice, it is also called as a CCP, that is closed cubic pack structure, and closed cubic pack structure is the closest pack structure in the cubic Bravais lattices. So simple cubic Bravais lattice has the packing of 0.52, BCC has the packing of 68%, and FCC has the packing of 71%. So FCC structure is the most closely packed structure. So this is the reference used for this presentation. So I think I am done. So thank you very much. Have a great day.